All right, so once we have moved on to the analyzing portion of reading a text, remember that is step 5 in your reading process. We need to look at the text specific question that we have. So, while looking at All Summer in a Day, our text specific question is, how does the author of All Summer in a Day reveal that a lack of empathy can cause harm to others? So I'm going to think back to the story, and I'm going to remember that the class, the Bully William specifically, locked Margot in the closet all because he didn't like what she had to say. He didn't like that she was so set on the sun and excited. And obviously, he wasn't showing any empathy towards Margot missing the sun and missing her home. So, what I'm going to write, remember when we create our answer, we want to refer back to the question. So, when I am creating my answer, I want to include what the question has to say. So, the author of All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury illustrates that a lack of empathy can cause harm to others when the students did not show empathy towards Margot, causing her to be heartbroken over missing seeing the sunshine. So I have my answer. The first thing that I need to do is I need to go into the text and I need to find a detail. I need to find text evidence that supports what I have to say. Okay, so once I go into my text and I have looked at it, I find and I'm reminded that when Margot was put into the closet, she immediately started to cry and throw herself against it. So I am going to take where the text says, they stood looking at the door and saw it tremble from her beating and throwing herself against it. They heard her muffled cries. Then, smiling, they turned and went out and back down the tunnel just as the teacher arrived. So I'm going to take that citation or that direct quote, and I'm going to put it here in my Analyzing Details tool for my detail number 1. So I'm going to remember that I need to put it in quotation marks since it is word for word from the text. And since this is a longer fiction text, I'm not going to have to specifically use the paragraph number. So I'm also going to change that to page. And I'm going to say that this is from page number 3. So I have found my first detail. So remember, I then want to go back and I want to explain how that connects to my answer. So remember, you are going to look at those elaboration sentence starters that I shared with you. So I'm going to say this shows that even though Margot was very upset, her classmates did not show empathy for her as she threw herself against a door and simply left her there. So now what you are going to do, you are going to go back into the text and you are going to find details to support your answer. Once you have found those details, you then need to use different elaboration starters to explain how they connect to your answer. And then you sum it all up. How does this all tie together to the question that you were asked?